Well, as the saying goes, I ain't scared of no ghosts. In fact, my children say I scare them away. But one man who might be able to convince me to change my mind is Dave Scanlan, who's director of the Hampshire Ghost Club. And no tourist attraction is without its share of ghost stories. And Beaulieu Abbey is no exception, is it, Dave? And here you've actually recorded a ghost or two. We're going to listen to one now. Do you want to tell me what this is?
Yeah, basically what you've got here is what we would classify as an EVP, an electronic voice phenomena, which is a very simple process. We take a dictaphone, we sit down, we ask a series of questions, very simple questions, asking to get the most basic of information, names, dates, places, etc. And then we play the recordings back and listen to what we've got. And what you've got here is a recording of a disembodied voice, what we believe, given the name Fernando.
Recorded in this very spot. Let's have a listen.
I'm now going to end the EVP session. And the time is currently 21:27 hours. 21:27.
So what was going on there, Dave?
Well, basically what it was, myself and another investigator was outside the parish church at Beaulieu, which we're standing outside now, and we were talking about the Reverend Robert Fraser Powles, who was the parish priest here, independent parish priest from 1886. And he claimed to see the ghosts on a regular basis. He claimed to hold a secret midnight mass for them at Christmas time. He said that he knew the monks on a personal level. He gave them names such as Brother David, Brother Michael, etc. And it seemed a bit strange to us that we were sitting in exactly the same spot where the Reverend Powles used to operate, and we were just generally talking, wondering what the names of the ghosts would have been, what the type of monastic names were in use at that time, when we stumbled upon this recording with this disembodied voice saying Fernando.
And the time is currently 21:27 hours.
So you didn't hear that at the time?
No, it's very, very rare to actually hear them at the time. You never seem to hear them at the time. They're only there on the recordings afterwards.
Okay, we're going to move to a spot where you've had another recording of a real ghost. Let's go. So we've moved across to the other side of the cloister, and just as we walked under this magnolia tree, a sudden gust of wind blew up. Should I read anything into that, Dave?
Yeah, that's probably the weather.
Okay, so what did you record here?
This was actually a really interesting area. We were walking along here back in 2005, and basically the group's medium at the time said that we were being followed by two monks, what she classified as monks. We happened to have the dictaphones going at the time, as we do, obviously, with EVP recordings. And when we played the recordings back, which you'll hear in a second, there is a man's voice clearly saying, "Someone might see us in here."
Let's hear it. Okay, that's a bit spooky.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's very, very strange. The fact that he says us, meaning more than one, and also the whole sentence, "someone might see us in here," to us denotes that they are intentionally trying to hide their presence to us.
So why are ghosts communicating in this way? Why can you only hear these things in retrospect?
There's lots of different theories as to why they can only be heard actually on the recordings afterwards. Obviously, in order to make a sound, you've got to have a physical presence, you've got to have a voice box, and so on. But with ghosts, there is a commonly held belief that they are able to manipulate specific resistors and transistors in the recording equipment to get their messages across, to get their voices across. How they do this, we don't know. It's a bit of a tenuous explanation, to be honest with you, and it's one I don't.
Well, especially when they're monks, I mean, the technology came a long time after them.
But then again, if we let's say if we stranded you, in an African village, yeah, as a ghost, yeah, and you were there for the next 100 years. Over that course of 100 years, you would learn how to adapt your language. You would learn how to communicate, you'd learn how to speak the lingo, if you like. So if someone can adapt their personal technology, obviously their language skills, etc., then why should they not be able to move with the times and understand electronic formats?
What's the betting when we play this recording back that there's going to be an extra voice on there?
Well, if there is, I want a copy of it.
John Carter is the best radio presenter in the world.
This is supposed to be one of the most haunted places in Britain. So says anyway Dave Scanlan from the Hampshire Ghost Club. Now Dave, you're going to be running tours here of Beaulieu Abbey. How do we measure that? I mean, is it the fifth most haunted? Is there any scientific research gone into this?
What people usually say is when they say it's one of the most haunted, they usually refer to the amount of activity and phenomena that's experienced within a set period or a set area.
Okay, well I'm going to be a bit of a cynic, but you've actually recorded stuff here.
Yeah, in a certain sense of the way, yeah. We've had sounds of footsteps, sounds of rattling keys, ghostly voices. People have actually seen things, both visually coming towards them and also apparitions disappearing through walls.
Okay, well, do you want to take me on some of the highlights of the tour?
Yeah, definitely. What we'll do is we'll go upstairs to the first floor of the Domus. On these actual staircase we've had the sound of footsteps and also the sound of rattling keys that have both been recorded.
Rattling keys, really?
Yeah.
Sounds like Scooby-Doo.
It is. Sometimes it does feel like a bit like Shaggy and Thelma, to be honest with you.
Are there any sound effects which are kind of a bit comic book and disapproved of?
Not really. There's, to be honest with you, one of the most widely interesting of phenomena in the audio department is the swear words that have been recorded, because obviously swear words can be quite volatile to go out on radio and television and stuff like that. So when you're getting these type of things, it more or less eliminates them as being stray radio signals.
Right, so we're going up to a private flat here.
That's right, yeah, this is on the top of the first floor of the Domus, and many years ago there was a lady by the name of Amy Cheshire that lived here. Amy was very much of a psychic persuasion type of person. She experienced a lot of stuff, a lot of phenomena over the years. She claimed to see the monks, talk to the monks, and also that they sung for her on a few occasions. There was one particular evening she was holding a dinner party here, and she was telling her guests about the singing. They proceeded to take the mickey, as a sceptical person would. And as the laughter died down, there was a sudden and short, sharp burst of monastic chanting, which absolutely astounded everyone.
Can I ask you a sceptical question or two? You're charging how much for these ghost investigations here at Beaulieu?
I don't know. That's all done through the estate. We do this as you know, we do this for the estate. It's a thank you for them because they've allowed us in here now for the past 10 years.
I think it's 50 quid on the website.
Right.
So I mean, does that go to you or?
No. That goes to the estate and for the upkeep of the Abbey and the Domus.
So you don't actually earn an income from it?
No, not at all. No, this is purely voluntary.
Fair enough. And what I love is the quote on the website as well. Although the estate has a history of hauntings, paranormal activity cannot be guaranteed.
No, that's very true. Obviously, we can't produce ghosts. We can't stick them in a box and make them perform like, performing animals. We can't do that. But what it also does categorically state is that anything that you do experience will be genuine. We're not a tour company. We're not a commercial organisation. We are not going to fake things just for your enjoyment. So for a fact that if you come here with us on the 30th of October or the 6th of November, if you experience something paranormal, it will be genuine. It's not a setup.